Huawei Honor 7X unboxing and first impressions coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Hope you're having a happy holiday. I sure did. Just got back from a little vacay. But basically today we're gonna unbox what just arrived to my doorstep, the Huawei Honor 7X. Now, Huawei doesn't really want you to call this Huawei. They want you to call it Honor. It's basically a sub-brand of Huawei for the budget market. So people who want to get a phone that's not $600, $700, $800, this one's gonna run you $200. So let's see what it comes with. So there's not too much on the box. Huawei Honor full view display. We do have a 16 megapixel plus 2 megapixel / 8 megapixel camera. So you have dual cameras on the rear. Then on the front, you have an 8 megapixel camera. Now you do have a 3340 milliamp hour battery, which should power this thing quite well. So let's go ahead and unbox it and we'll talk about the specifications that come with it. So I got my trusty knife here. It's not the big old Michael Myers knife that I usually use, but it should be fine for this device. So let me go ahead and break through. Now this is a fully unlocked device, so there is no carrier stuff going on here. And this one just unboxed really cleanly here. And here it is. Now the last time I did do a Huawei phone was back in, or an Honor phone was back when the 5X came out. Or yeah, it was the 5X. So here we go. And you can see I did go with the blue edition. We do have ourselves dual camera set up here, fingerprint scanner. You can see Huawei right there. So they are showing that it is a Huawei phone right there, but Honor is really the brand for this one. But you can see it got a metal body, and my first impressions are, wow, does this feel premium for $200? Really long display. Now all year long, basically the LG G6, the Galaxy S8 with its full on 18:9 display with a narrow but tall display. Really, you had to pay $700, $800 to get there, but this one, no. So let's see what else is in the box. Is that a SIM card tool? Okay, so you can see some Honor branding. We'll go ahead and read this when we get some time to get the bathroom, and I'm not talking about a number one. Let's go ahead and see what else comes in the box. So nice, they included a case in the box. This doesn't really happen with a lot of manufacturers. I like to see that happen. So you can see right here, we do have a charger. I don't think this is fast charging, but don't take my word for it. I'm gonna confirm that a little bit later on in this video. So let's go ahead and see what else comes in here. Doesn't look like anything. So that's it here for the Honor. I think there's a SIM card tool right there. Yeah, they got to give you a SIM card tool so you can go ahead and open up the phone. So we're gonna go ahead and power this on in just a second. All right, so let's go ahead and peel that sticker off the back of this phone, and you're gonna reveal yourself the blue look of this device. Now, I gotta tell you right off the bat, this phone feels like a $500, $600, $700 phone just on my first feel in the hand. And it's really crazy that you can get this thing for $200, but there's a few omissions that make it, you know, this affordable, or you could say entry price point. There you go right there. You can see that full view display. Now that display is not an OLED display, so it's an IPS LCD, 5.93 inches, and it is a 1080p panel. So it's 2160 by 1080p, 18:9 ratio with 407 pixels per inch. So, you know, the more premium phones are gonna give you the 2K displays, but still 1080p should be just fine. The OnePlus 5T gives you that with the 18:9 display. Now this is just about 6 inches. So right off the bat though, really liking the way it feels. There is a charge out of the box, and because this phone is probably not gonna be super popular, it's nice that they included a case because accessories are probably not gonna be super easy to find. So it is gonna run the EMUI interface, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get into this, and then we'll show you what the phone looks like. So I'm still in the setup process, but I didn't want you to get a note here that you can transfer easily your data from iOS devices. So if you are an iPhone user and you're coming over to an Android device, there's an easy way to transfer all your files right here in the setup. Now also you can come from a Samsung, Sony, HTC, and other devices. So that's nice to see that. I'm just gonna go with the, you know, the straight up just unlock as a new fresh start. But here we do have the fingerprint, and I'm gonna go ahead and see how this thing does work. It should be pretty fast. The last Huawei device I had was pretty quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue this setup, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so we are now in EMUI. Now I'm not exactly sure the version of this one, so let me go ahead and locate that. But first of all, you can see right away, very similar to iOS when it comes to the settings. So very similar looking indeed. So a lot of iOS users might like this software if they wanted to try out Android phone. That goes for pretty much all the Huawei phones. But let's go to the About Phone section and let's check it out. So EMUI version 5.1, Android version 7.0. Now that kind of sucks because we're already on Oreo and they just released this phone in December. But taking a look at the CPU, here is what is kind of important in my opinion. Kirin 659. So this does have a processor that's built by Huawei themselves, and the hardware is also built by them. This one has 3 gigabytes of RAM. I guess the US model doesn't get the 4 like the international model. And you have 19.76 gigabytes free of 32. So people who like a lot of storage, you might be suffering a little bit. I think this one does have expandable memory though. So you can change the home screen style here, but we're gonna talk more about that stuff in the full review. But coming home here, you can see that it looks very, kind of iOS-like, to be honest. Going into here, you can see the icons are very iOS-like, but iOS doesn't do this smooth scroll here up and down. They don't have an app drawer, so that definitely differentiates it. And you can put applications wherever you want. Now, this has a very nice display, IPS, so good viewing angles. However, I'm noticing it's not nearly as bright as some of the flagships. So if you're looking for the brightest display, you're not going to get that at this price point, but it will be bright enough. Now, I'm also noticing that the colors don't pop out at you like they do on an OLED screen. So if you're looking for a phone with a super vibrant display, you might want to look at the OnePlus series of devices, even if you have to pay a couple more $100 for them. But overall, pretty snappy performance this far. I mean, it is a brand new phone, but I don't want to talk too much more about it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera before we wrap this unboxing and first impressions up. Overall, my first impressions are pretty darn solid. So there is an actual DSLR camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and snap a photo and see how this thing does perform. So just with good lighting, it looks pretty strong so far for a $200 phone. And one thing to note about the Honor 7X versus like the 5X and the 6S is this is finally an all metal feeling body, aluminum feeling body, whereas the 6X and the 5X kind of had some plastic bits inside of them. This one feels totally premium across the board. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fingerprint speed. I think it's the other one I registered. So pretty quick overall. Anyway, what do you want to see on the Honor 7X? I can tell you on first impressions, good build quality, solid screen, solid performance so far. The camera is looking okay, but I'm gonna have to test it in better lighting. But any video suggestions you have on this one, go ahead and drop them down below in the comment section of this video. I think I am going to compare this to phones like the G6 as well as the S8 and some of the other 18:9 displays, just to see if it's a better value to just go with a cheaper device like the Honor 7X. Anyway, Nick here helping you to master your technology. If you found this video helpful, enjoyable, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click the like button for me. Links are down below if you want to check this one out. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well and peace.